iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans, and welcome back for a new season here tonight for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series, presented by Red Light Racing. Right here, it's one of the toughest tracks these drivers have on the iRacing.com service, and they will kick their season off right here from the last great Coliseum, the Bristol Motor Speedway. To bring you all the racing action here tonight, my name is Roger Muth, high above here in the virtual Turn 3 Racing Studios. We are glad to welcome all the race fans and all the drivers, the sponsors back here this season. It's been a long off season here, a little bit extended from what we normally do, but I'm glad to be back here to bring all the racing action here for season number 14. Season number 14 throws a lot of curveballs at these drivers. We start here at one of the smallest tracks on the circuit, then we're head to Charlotte, we head out to the Phoenix Desert, we go to Texas, Myrtle Beach, and Darlington, Pocono, Sonoma for the first time in a very, very long time. We head out to wine country, Kansas, we head to Atlanta in the next gen car, Iowa, Michigan, Las Vegas, Nashville Fairgrounds, and then we finally wind things down at where the championship should always end up, at Miami Homestead. So that's what the schedule looks like coming up here this season, but it is now time to light the fire underneath these machines here as you see them starting to take to the grid here tonight. Starting lineup brought to us by our friends over at SimBox. You need a button box for your sim rig, you need to look no further than our friends at SimBox. Custom button boxes made just for your rig. Catch them over at facebook.com/SimBoxPC. This is your starting lineup here tonight. And starting on the front row, they had the two fastest times in our practice session. It's the number 2, Michael Trevarthen, on the pole here tonight. His outside, driving car number 11, that's Shanika Single. Back into the third spot, he picked up a championship. There's car number 6, that's Chris Hammett. And how about the 43, the Road Rage Accessories, number 43 of Joe Strano. He'll start 4th. 5th, we'll go to the man out of Tennessee driving the 62. That's Ethan Troutman. And back into the 6th spot, he's a series champion, number 42 of Max Terriol. James Kelton, a 2-time champion back in the 86. He'll start 7th, while Tim Blum, the Classics Hot Sauce entry, is back here this season. He will start 8th. 9th goes to the driver. Well, he's down in Florida right now. That's the number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. Dustin Gainey will start in the 10th position here tonight, while Philly Edwards is 11th. The alien, number 64, Jason Wells, will go to the 12th starting spot here tonight on the call. 13th will go to the driver out of Virginia, driving car number 51, DJ Anderson. Dave Bragg in the Jiffy Lube, entry number 31, to go 14th. Richard Murdoch will start back into the 15th starting spot here tonight, while Zach Mitchell, number 24, back in 16th. 17th, the Dalton Williamson, number 61 here tonight out of Florida. Tim Combs, the golfer, 17 car, starts 18th. Full Throttle Racing's number 98, Ryan O'Donnell, will start 19th here tonight. Brandon Feeney into the 20th spot. 21st to Tony Strano. Eric Johnson in car number 33 will go 22nd on the call. 23rd here tonight, he's a rookie driving the 950. That's A.J. Watkins. And back into the 24th spot, the Simbox Motorsports. Simbox number 77. That is Doug Neal. He'll go 24th. 25th will go to the Granny Hips and Walkers number 13 of Joshua Buckley, while Rob Higgins carries the Higgins Hill Racing Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 40 back into the 26th spot. Bruce Potter in 27th. Kevin O'Brien, the Hot Wheels leads the way car, back in 28th. And how about the Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 30 of Bob Higgins will start. Shotgun to the field. That's your starting lineup, brought to us by our friends over at Simbox. 150 laps here tonight in the distance. 29 drivers making the call to the opening race here this season, as they're all come out of turn number 4. The green flag in Barney's hand. He'll wave it like crazy. Green flag's up. Great start by the front row here tonight. It will be Michael Trevarthen surging ahead, though he will lead the first lap here in season number 14. So season number 14's opening lap goes to the driver of car number 2, Michael Trevarthen, trying to put some distance here. Everybody single file in the front of this field, but back here the Hornet's Nest is all over the place. There's the 0-1 of Richard Murdoch. He's trying to get around the number 73 right now, Philly Edwards. He'll work the outside of the speedway, and he'll work it to perfection. Those flames mean he's fast, and he is going to the front. He's got Zach Mitchell also up on the outside lane there in the number 24. He will rip the lip and carry on here. Just up in front of your race, this race back here into the 10th spot. There is, sideways for the 15. Dustin Gainey gonna go sideways. He'll spin it. More cars involved. More cars involved. I believe that was the 61, Dalton Williamson, getting turned around also in the Monster Energy number 61, the Rev Esports driver. That will be the first caution flag of the evening here on lap number 5. So Dalton Williamson involved, Dustin Gainey also involved. The question is, we saw Gainey go around. Watch the number 15 here of Dustin Gainey. His car is going to snap loose there. He'll spin it around. Nobody's actually going to get into the 15. There you saw a spinning car go flying by the camera shot there. That was number 61 of Dalton Williamson. What happened to Dalton? Let's watch this back. Oh, Dalton Williamson getting a little boop in the back end there from the Turbo Dork Radical Paints, number 98 of Ryan O'Donnell. So O'Donnell into the back of the 61 there, just a small tap. All drivers will carry on right on board here with Dalton Williamson. Look at the eyes, look at the concentration, look at that Turbo Dork car coming in. He'll come to a rest, and yeah, the car made a little contact with the inside safer barrier here, but I don't believe there's much damage other than the damage maybe on the back. The car don't even look scuffed up. He's just going to send it, race fans. You see him down on pit road, but he'll come back out onto the speedway. We'll see if he's able to stay up on the lead lap after the first caution flag of the evening. Race fans, we got to thank you all for tuning in here once again tonight, watching us live on our YouTube feed over on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning in to watch the Red Light Racing Series here this season. The Checkered Flag Auto Supply back on board. Checkered Flag Auto Supply located in Ayer, Massachusetts over on Park Street. Windshield wipers, brakes, little air freshener, trees. Well, how about some struts? You need those? How about some sway bar bushings? The Checkered Flag Auto Supply has everything you need, including motor oil, to keep your car on the road and running healthy. Make sure to get it because, well, if you're in the Northeast and Ayer, you know that obviously the winter time is coming. Make sure your cars are ready for those harsh winters up in Massachusetts. Lights are out on the iRacing.com safety car, and we will get ready to go here. It'll be Michael Trevarthen. He will choose the outside lane in that Rev Esports number 2. To the inside, then, will be the number 11 of Sean Single. Then it'll be the 43 of Joe Strano, Max Terrill, Chris Hammett, Tim Blum, James Skelton, Jason Wells, DJ Anderson, along with the Ream number 62. That's Ethan Troutman. I know he's got the Home Depot scheme on, but he is a Ream fan as far as, well, if you know him, he only talks about his Ream. Here they come as the iRacing.com car pulls into pit road. We're ready to go once again. Everybody accelerates, but that number 2, a Michael Trevarthen, shot out of a cannon. One car around, the number 13 of Joshua Buckley going to go around. He's going to collect a couple of them. Couple cars wrapped up in this one. Bob Higgins, there's Kevin O'Brien, Rob Higgins, and I believe that's A.J. Watkins, the rookie down there. Brandon Feeney is stopped. He was not involved. He's just stopped. Joshua Buckley was the car that went around that I believe got the most damage. Actually, I believe maybe Bruce Potter is. He's coming immediately to pit road in his number 59 machine. The driver out of Alabama not having a good night here as he came down pit road, but he's on the other side of pit road. So this one's going to be a little bit of a mess. Let's see if we can dissect this one just a little bit. Let's go back. Watch that number 13, Joshua Buckley. Does he get help? It looks like he thought about going to the bottom side, but the 33 of Eric Johnson was down there. Then the 950 of Watkins got involved as Watkins was trying to run the high line. Let's see here if we can ride on board with Watkins. Watkins was committed to the outside, and oh boy, look at the 59. Bruce Potter comes in. Bob Higgins also involved here. Right on more than nose camera. Bob Higgins was actually, this is actually another A.J. Watkins entry. From Bruce Potter. Oh, there was a small hole and it just wasn't quite big enough, and then it closed up real quick. So a bunch of drivers wrapped up in that one. Put Rob Higgins, A.J. Watkins, Brandon Feeney, Bruce Potter, Bob Higgins, and A.J. Watkins, along with Joshua Buckley, all wrapped up in there. And yes, we said Watkins twice. So after the second caution flag here in the early goings, it's our second caution flag inside the first 13 laps here tonight that we have had. Remember, 29 drivers did make the call to the starting lineup here tonight. A big field here for season opening of, well, the season opener for season number 14 this season. Like I said, we're starting things off here tonight at Bristol. As you can tell, the last great Coliseum is where we're at. We'll head to a little bit bigger track next week on September the 11th, or sorry, September the 12th. We will head to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We get the Xfinity cars out before we head on September the 19th out to the Phoenix Desert, Phoenix Raceway with Gander Outdoor Trucks, which, well, that's changing soon. If you all watch NASCAR and you follow them, they will now be the Craftsman Truck Series once again. They bring it back to the heyday of racing those trucks, so I can't wait to see the trucks rebadged, rebranded, and bring them back out onto the raceway. But you do see the safety car lights are off here, and the lights all around the speedway are off. That means, well, they're not flashing yellow. That means we're getting ready to go back racing. It'll be 14 laps officially completed here tonight. 14 laps out of the 150 schedule. We do have overtime if we were to need it here tonight. Up through the gears they come as the green flag is out. This time a little bit better of a start there by the 11 of Sean Single. He won't be able to do anything with it. Battle back there for the 5th spot down to the inside. That's the number 6 of Chris Hammett. Then to the outside, it's the Snickers number 10. Hammett sideways. A couple drivers sideways that time out of turn number 4. Everybody was able to hang on to it for the time being, so we stay green. Dave Bragg having some handling issues on the number 31 Jiffy Lube entry. Jeffrey Souza having some electrical issues. That's why you see his car bouncing up and down at the time and scoring. We'll see if they can get that one. One driver overstepping it. That was DJ Anderson. There you see the number 51. That's DJ Anderson, the driver out of Virginia. He was just up into the outside catch fence. He was able to corral that car, though. But look at the handling woes still on that number 31 of Dave Bragg. He's stuck down to the bottom side. Nowhere to go for the 31 Jiffy Lube out of Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. Can't quite get to the outside. There's the Turbo Dork Radical Paints number 98. That is Ryan O'Donnell, the driver out of Michigan. returning here on Monday night with the Scrambler Series. We call it the Big Series here on Monday night. Bragg still continuing to shed positions like I'm shedding hair here. Now he'll get, oh! He was able to get up, and now he slaps the inside wall. The car is damaged. The left front is down. He will try to get down to pit road. Bragg will unfortunately break the left front components on that steering of that number 31, and he will take the Jiffy Lube Autism Speaks Canada entry to pit road. His night looks to be over here, unfortunately, before the halfway point home here tonight. There's the driver that has led all the laps here, though. That's the number 2 of Michael Trevarth, and he has led them all. He's got Sean Single right there. Joe Strano having a really good run. It was just a couple years ago that Joe Strano actually showed up here. I remember sitting here in the lobby and trying to listen to Joe Strano get into the race. He told me that there was no stands and can't race here because his computer lagged too much. He was racing on a Microsoft tablet or Microsoft Surface tablet. I've never heard that before in all my years of being on the iRacing.com platform. I don't know how that computer, that tablet per se, even was able to handle it. So we boxed up a couple computer parts and we shipped it out to him. We said, hey, use what you can here. And, well, then I think he decided he was going to go build the computer. So at least he's here tonight, and he's having a really great run. Another driver that's having a good run here tonight, that is Jason Wells. He's able to use the bottom side to his advantage here. Right now he's trying to pick up that number, which would be the 5th spot from Tim Blum. There you see Blum in the stickers number 10 entry. Joe Strano opened up the outside there for the number 42 of Max Terrell. Terrell waltzed right on through, and Joe Strano now trying to go back to the top side here. So Strano having to get back to the top side because he wants to see if he can hang on. Lap traffic is playing a big factor here tonight. We are in lap traffic. That's the number 59 of Bruce Potter. So Potter will go a lap down here, and I believe the next car could possibly be A.J. Watkins. We'll see where everybody falls through. I just noticed that the number 11 of Sean Single, unfortunately, looks like he has lost his connection to the iRacing.com server. So unfortunately, the number 11 of Sean Single is not being scored right now. We'll see if that is a glitch or if he comes back. There you see your race leader, Michael Trevarth, and he has got a 1.6 second gap over Max Terrell. Joe Strano and Tim Blum. There is Jason Wells. Now he has started to slip back a little bit on that inside lane. There you see the two-time champion of James Skelton. He has got to the outside there. Chris Hammett, Batman. Try to get it done. Which one would Batman prefer, a Snickers or a Slim Jim right now? Well, I guess he'll fall in between a Slim Jim and a NOS energy drink. Nothing will get you more pumped up than a NOS energy drink. Mix that with a Slim Jim or a Snickers, and then, well, he's got Pfizer on the hood, so race fans, I'll let you put the connection all together. The battle back here, though, the Home Depot number 62 of Ethan Troutman. Trying to get around the number 64, Jason Wells. The Wells run the goods off those tires. Remember, these ARCA machines, they do have the version 7 tire. They were the first car on iRacing to get that brand new tire model a couple of years ago. I believe it was 2 years ago. Might even be longer than that. But, man, you can really abuse those tires if you really push it too much. And I think that's exactly what the 64 of Wells has done. And now he's paying the price as we are stacked up. I didn't know we were at Talladega. 2x2 right here for these 6 drivers. There you got the 24. That is Zach Mitchell, Ryan O'Donnell on the outside. Eric Johnson's in there. Dustin Gainey, Doug Neal, and the NWO. What a throwback for the 77 of Doug Neal. And then you got the Dalton Williamson entry, and right there's Philly Edwards, and Tony Straddle is right there. So, boy, hot to trot back here. This is hot and heavy, and it's just outside the top 10. Because right now these drivers are all battling for what is the 12th position on back. And Ryan O'Donnell going to open up the door and right through Zach Mitchell. Will waltz on through. Of course, if my memory does serve me right, Zach Mitchell got married at the end of last season. So we do want to congratulate Zach Mitchell, as I do believe that is exactly. Is back in July. He's probably going to yell at me because I'm probably wrong. No, it was July 17th. See, my notes are just scattered through here, so congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Mitchell. Of course, Zach out here right now up into the 12th spot. He has gained 4 spots since the start of this one. looking to hopefully continue his run up through the field. Your biggest mover tonight, though, he drives an awkward little bit of a car. He drives that Dodge number 17. It's been many, many years since Dodge has ran in the NASCAR series, and I love when Tim Blum brings the Dodge Camaro out onto the speedway. You notice there is the 43, the Road Rage Accessories number 43 of Joe Strano. Strano falling through the field now. The driver out of Appleton, Wisconsin, has fallen all the way back to the 10th position. He was up high as running second at one point here tonight. Now he's back to running into the 10th spot, holding down that final spot inside the top 10. But look who's on the move once again. Jason Wells says da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. He's on the move here, down on the bottom side. He's a bottom feeder right now. Everybody else up high, rim riding around the Bristol Motor Speedway. Well, I know there's a whole Richard Murdoch crew out there, and look at it. He's still jammed up, jelly tight. Oh, and he'll jump it up. He'll scrape the right-hand side of that 0-1 against the outside retaining wall there. Murdoch trying to do everything he can here tonight to get around that number 77. Doug Neal's actually now picked up the most spots gained here. He's picked up 10 spots on the counter. There you see the Simbox driver driving that throwback, the NWO car. Driver out of Georgia. Maybe cranking on that Simbox, trying a little rear brake into that car, trying to get that car to turn a little bit. That's one of the good things about the Simbox is that Doug Neal does make. If you have a Simbox and your car's a little bit tight, you can crank a little bit of rear brake into it, get that rear end to turn just a little bit, or, well, maybe you're loose and you want to put a little front brake into it, drive it off into the corner just a little bit farther. So right now, Neal's starting to pull away, and actually here comes, that's the 11 of Sean Single. He is back out onto the speedway, multiple laps down right now for Sean Single, being scored 12 laps down into the 27th position, and Scooby-Doo is trying to work his way through the field. He's got to be very mindful right now. He is on a different strategy than a lot of these drivers, but these drivers are on the same one, and they are on the go pedal right now. Here's the 64 of Jason Wells, rolling the bottom side. Kevin O'Brien will get down to the bottom side of the speedway in the 184. There you see the longtime red light racer rolling the bottom side of the speedway. 2 caution flags in the early goings of this one. Since then, we have been green flag racing here tonight at Bristol. Season opener here for Red Light Racing. Series sponsored Checkered Flag Auto Supply, hopping on board for the big naming rights this season once again. You saw Chris Hammett lose a spot there to the 51 of DJ Anderson. It's still all Michael Trevarthen out front, and that lead has not shrank at all. Still 2.8 seconds over your second place runner of Max Terriel. To your top 3, your Michael Trevarthen, Max Terriel, and James Skelton. One car coming to pit road right here. First driver to hit pit road. I don't know if this is scheduled or unscheduled. He misses his pit stall, though. Zach Mitchell gonna miss the pit stall, and now he will get the full fresh General Tires here on these ARCA machines. General Tires, of course, in the ARCA Menard series. So race leaders still checking out here. Nothing to be seen up front. Doug Neal has run down Tim Combs, and I raced with Doug Neal back here on the 77. I've raced with Doug Neal in a short track series. He really loves racing short tracks, and he loves to race cars that are a little bit on edge. And these old NASCAR Cup cars, which are branded as the ARCA Menards machines here, he loves them. They're loose. They're powerful. You get on the gas, and they just scream, and there's not a lot of downforce. So especially here on these short tracks, he loves it. Zach Mitchell still on pit road. I don't know if he got a pit road penalty or something happened to the 24 of Zach Mitchell. Dustin Gainey, after an opening handful of laps spin by himself, back inside now the top 10. He has not come to pit road, so it's not because he has fresher tires here tonight. He is just that fast. There's Troutman, and then there's Williamson. Williamson trying to find his way through. Right on board here with the nose camera. He hasn't knocked it off yet. The driver out of Tampa, Florida, the three-time actually, short track series champion. James Skelton just making a pass there on Max Terriel. So now put James into P number 2. James did a lot of fishing like he normally does in the offseason. Taking home a couple big catches, a couple big checks, also going home with James Skelton this past offseason. So there's your second, third, fourth. Fifth place right there with DJ Anderson going by. Everybody really spread out through the field. Where is the race leader? Where's that number 2 machine? He should be coming right there on the outside. It looks like right now he has lapped all the way up to what is the 18th position. Ryan O'Donnell will be the car on the bubble. There's your race leader as you ride on board with Ryan O'Donnell, the Turbo Dork. Oh boy, little Scooby-Roo right there trying to get in. Scooby-Roo wants to go because he knows he's got the race leader behind him. John Single unlapped himself by 1 lap right now. So he's 11 laps down. And he needs to run away and hide. That's Joshua Buckley. He was wrapped up in one of those wrecks down in turns 3 and 4. The second wreck to be exact. Murdoch going to go a lap down here. See the 0-1 of Murdoch holding the bottom side as the race leader all the way out around the outside. Battle for third now. Here is Max Terriot trying to hold off the number 62 of Jason Wells. The playoffs are back, though, here with Red Light Racing. What does that mean? Well, you win, and you compete in 50% of the regular season races. That will net you a spot in the playoffs. That's right, we're talking about playoffs already because it's Bristol, one of the toughest tracks. If you can win here at Bristol, I think you can just about win anywhere on the circuit this season. As you see, Wells taking that spot from Max Terriot. Terriot qualified back in the 6th spot, was up into the 2nd. Now he's fallen back here in the, caught the late goings here of this first run of the race. Here's somebody we don't talk about. Well, we have talked about it, but we don't talk about them running next to each other. That's Tony Strano and Joe Strano. I do believe, oh, 1 car into the outside wall there. 1 car into the outside wall. That was the 17 of Tim Combs, and he has a broken right front on the Dodge Mopar entry. So he'll come to pit road. Fortunate problems there for the driver out of Ohio. So he'll head to pit road and see how long that's going to take for that car to get fixed up. Chris Hammett under pressure because here comes Dustin Gainey. Gainey rocking the Dirty Mo Radio number 15 here tonight. Usually catch him in a Chick-fil-A car, but I haven't seen him run that in a while. Love seeing that old Chick-fil-A scheme. Probably one of my favorites that we normally get to watch and see. There you see him. He'll go to the bottom side. Will he have enough to clear? He will not. Your race leader, something happened to the number 2. Did I miss that? I didn't see it, but your race leader is no longer the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. What happened to the number 2? I don't know if he got caught in some lap traffic. It looks like he just pulls over and lets the 86 go by. Something may have happened a little bit earlier. We just didn't quite see it. Ryan O'Donnell playing real hard there because he didn't want to go a lap down also. Could have been a factor in that one. Race leader, though, for the first time tonight, James Skelton now showing the way for the last 4 laps. Something is definitely wrong with Michael Trevarthen. That car is not handling well. I don't know if he got into the wall or what happened. Trying to look at it as it comes by our cameras, and I'm just not seeing anything on that number 2. Well, look at that. The return of the Icy tuning in here tonight. Aiden Alvecchione runs on Thursday night. One of the drivers that has the most popular Thursday night fan club. Sort of like Richard Murdoch here on Monday night. Murdoch, though, down the running order tonight. Down in the 16th position. 1 lap down to the race leaders. Here comes Michael Trevarthen. It looks like he's going to come to pit road, and he will. Michael Trevarthen now to pit road. Joe Strano also coming to pit road. So the green flag pit cycles that we normally don't see here at Bristol. Somebody better knock on some wood real quick, because I just opened up a can of worms here. You're going to see a lot of drivers dropping through the timing and scoring as they all continue to chase. James Skelton, Jason Wells, Max Terrell, DJ Anderson, and Dalton Williamson. Right now, that's your top 5 as the green flag pit cycle starts to roll here tonight at Bristol. Things are going to move very fast here tonight. 79 laps will be completed next time by. There comes the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen out of pit road. He will rejoin. But where did that put him? That put him 2 laps down into the 14th running spot. Let's see if this number 2 has some speed back up underneath it here tonight. Just over the halfway point home, so it's possibly just a one-stop race here for a lot of these drivers. If we were to continue to race all the way to the checkered flag, there you see that number 2 will get back 1 of his laps from the race leader. So Michael Trevarthen getting 1 lap back. Dalton Williamson coming down pit road now in the number 61 entry. Most of your drivers have come to pit road, but not the top 5 right now on the scoring. Philly Edwards will dive out of the top 5. He will come to pit road. Skelton, 1 car was sideways down there on the apron. I didn't quite catch who it was. I want to say somebody having some problems as A.J. Watkins spinning around out of turn 4. Was able to gather it up, so we actually continue to stay green here as Watkins down on the apron, trying to bring his car to pit road. Looks like Higgins also coming to pit road and got trapped behind the 950. 950 looks like he's possibly trying to come to pit road this time. So A.J. Watkins looks like he might come to pit road. Tony Strano trying to get around him as Watkins stays out on the speedway. Now he'll have a hole to get back up to full song and dance. Race leader, you got company. That's the number 4, Jeffrey Souza. Not a battle for position on the speedway. Neither driver is actually pitted here. Souza having some technical difficulties. He is not in his home rig in Somerset. He's all the way down in Daytona, Florida, I believe. As here comes the race leader, Skelton, coming to pit road right now. Very dangerous. Almost made contact. I believe that was Richard Murdoch coming out of pit road or coming in. I think Murdoch had the wrong pit road. Wasn't able to quite find his. Well, there's pits on the front straightaway and pits on the back. I think Murdoch drove through both of them. So James Skelton will find his as he will go a lap down. At least we've seen the majority of these drivers going 2, possibly 3 laps down, depending where they were. Here comes Wells, Max Terrell, and DJ Anderson all coming to pit road together. So then there was one lonely soul out there on the speedway, and he'll pick up the race lead. That is the 62 of Ethan Troutman. When does Troutman decide to come to pit road? Is he going to go for the Hail Mary here tonight in his home track? Last time Ethan Troutman was actually physically here in real life at the Bristol Motor Speedway, there was dirt on it, and he forgot his koozie. He forgot his turn 3 koozie. You always take the turn 3 koozie to the racetrack. You get a cool photo of you and the koozie at the racetrack, and you get posted up on the turn 3 racing page. He forgot it. So what did he do? He went out, he got a napkin, and he wrote the Turn 3 Racing Network on a napkin and wrapped it up around his adult beverage, and he sent it in, and we thought it was pretty hilarious, so we actually posted that up on our Facebook page for a little while, and I believe it's still there if you page back through some of the photos. He'll come to pit road, so that'll turn things over. The driver that's now going to retain the race lead, and a big lead at that. It'll be the number 2, Michael Trevarthen. So this is how your running order looks now here after the green flag pit cycle has gone through. There is the number 2. That is Michael Trevarthen. He's your race leader right now as he pitted first here tonight. He pitted back on lap 76. Pitting on lap number 86, 10 laps later, so he's got the fresher tires. We'll see if he can chew through the field here. That is James Skelton. No complaints for James Skelton as he is sitting there in P number 2. Sitting back into the 3rd spot, he's last season's champion here, and that's the number 6 of Chris Hammett. Looking for sponsors for the real race car season ending for him, but a very quiet day for the Pfizer number 6. Wells sitting there into the 4th position there. You see the alien. He's been able to make the bottom work. He's probably one of the only drivers that have made the bottom side of the speedway work. He's up into P number 4. Battle back here, both for the 5th spot, and that's Doug Neal and Dustin Gainey. Both drivers having very, very solid nights. Doug Neal up 19 spots. If you cannot tell me he is not the biggest shaker and mover here tonight, because he has far more passes and positions gained than anybody else. So Doug Neal currently sitting in 6th and loving the NWO sim box number 77. Dustin Gainey will, well, try to hold on to this spot, but it looks like the fresher tires for the number 42 of Max Terriot will prevail. So Terriot will take the 6th spot here, and that will bump Dustin Gainey back to running into the 7th spot. There you see the Dirty Mo Radio number 15 of Dustin Gainey. 2-time winner here with Red Light Racing. He is sitting back into the 7th spot right now. Joe Strano just behind him. There you see the Wisconsin driver having himself a very solid night. He ran as high up into inside the top 3. Now he's back here after the green flag pit cycle. He is running 8th on the call. 9th is Dalton Williamson in his Monster Energy number 61. Short track racer having a solid night. He struggled last season to finish a lot of these races off, so good to see him here with just 50 laps remaining inside the top 10. Then it's DJ Anderson right now rounding out the top 10. That's how your top 10 standings look currently here after our green flag pit cycle. And that race lead, when we started talking about the top 10, it was 7 seconds. It is now down to 3.2 and dropping like a rock. Michael Trevarthen is the race leader with under 50 laps to go. One driver back out onto the speedway. There's the Tim Combs entry. You see that Dodge number 17. They got all the 8 arms and everything all buttoned back up, so he's back out onto the raceway. So there is Combs. Anderson getting pressured, though, because who's sitting in 10th? It's Dalton Williamson. Williamson actually has the older tires of the two, but a very fast short track racer. Races some late models and whatnot down in Florida when he can. If not, he's always at the short tracks on the weekends. 2 drivers battling back here for the 16th and 15th position. Ryan O'Donnell. Tim Blum is right there also. That's the 14th position. Just ahead of them is your race leader. So all these drivers trying to get a lap back. They are all 2 laps down currently. There's only 10 drivers left on the lead lap. Dalton Williamson is the final car that's on the lead lap right now. Good little battle here. I'm surprised the 62 of Troutman is able to actually really hold on down to the bottom side of the speedway. Normally, we don't see that inside lane really work here at Bristol. Ryan O'Donnell edges ahead. Of course, he's got his teammate right out in front of him there. Number 10 of Tim Blum. Second place car, James Skelton, trying to work the bottom side of the speedway. He is definitely faster than the race leader of Michael Trevarthen. He's just trying to pick off these lap cars as fast as he can. Where's the race leader right now? Well, there he is. He's trying to put the 62 a lap down. And that's actually Ethan Troutman right now. And Troutman actually getting a lap back. That number 2, I'm looking at it, and his speed looks to be pretty good, pretty comparable to James Skelton. Actually, no, it's not. It's a couple mile an hour down on the straightaway. Let's see, about 132 to about 137 for James Skelton. So Skelton is really setting a blistering pace right now on the carpet out there, the concrete carpet. We'll see what he has to say here tonight. Couple drivers still battling here as that lead starts to really shrink. Battle back here between Dustin Gainey, DJ Anderson, and Doug Neal. Right now, it's going to be the number 15 to Dustin Gainey, then DJ Anderson. Remember, at one point, Anderson was just about almost outside the top 10. He was battling with Dalton Williamson, and now all of a sudden he found the go, baby, go button. As he'll take a peek to the inside of the number 15. 15 of Dustin Gainey going to scrape the outside wall just a little bit here, but the battle for the race lead just behind them. It's time to go for those drivers because your race leaders are coming. There you see Souza in the Souza Media, number 4. Working down to the inside, Joshua Buckley is on pit road with Granny Hips Walkers and Canes, number 13. He'll come to pit road. I don't think that's a scheduled stop, but James Skelton diving into the inside, and he'll set sail and drive past, but here comes the 2 right back to the back bumper. No real challenge, though, by the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. So the race leader now going to be James Skelton in the Slim Jim entry. Joe Strano running into the 10th spot. Looks like he'll go to the inside lane. He'll let the race leaders go right around the outside. So that then leaves 9 drivers. Where's that 9th place driver right now? Well, there he is, the white car. That's going to be Dalton Williamson. He is the car right now that is running for his life because the race leader is right behind him. Right behind him, working lap number 118. Now to go in the books this time by. Will Dalton Williamson pull over? He has a top 10 run going right now. Does he pull over for the race leader? He'll pull to the inside. Gentleman's agreement there. Lap cars go to the inside, faster cars to the outside. So Skelton gonna make it work. Now the battle is for the 2nd spot. Here comes the alien white number 64 of Wells. Wells takes the bid down to the inside. They don't just call him an alien for nothing. He is quick. He is an alien for sure. It looks like he will be able to complete the pass, and now here comes Ryan O'Donnell. O'Donnell is back into the 15th spot, so it's not a battle for the position currently here. These drivers don't know how to let each other alone. That is Eric Johnson and Ethan Troutman. They were battling, and then Johnson slipped just a little bit there, right as our camera started to pan back to the number 33 of Eric Johnson. Bob Higgins. Big wiggle there for the Higgy. Higgy Biggy Chew Wee for Bob Higgins. He was complaining that his back was hurting in his sim rig before we got this race underway here tonight. Battle for Chris Hammett, though. Chris, you got the NOS Energy car right there. That's Brandon Feeney. And Brandon Feeney, we haven't talked about him much here tonight as he watches this battle. Brandon Feeney, of course, picking up a heat race win up in Ontario, Canada with his late model. And then, well, this past weekend, not so good for Brandon Feeney. And the bad luck streak has continued for Feeney. Last Thursday night was not able to get into the short track race here at iRacing. Well, that's because his computer was acting up. Last season at the end of the year broke his computer, so had to get a new one just to run this season as he's up into the outside wall. He'll wall ride it around the outside, and he'll come to the inside there. So we stay green. 25 laps to go. 25 to go, and you're watching that number 6 entry of Chris Hammett, DJ Anderson. They're all battling for position. There goes the 62. That is not a spot for Ethan Troutman. He is a lap down to the race leaders. Troutman back into the 12th spot. Brandon Feeney coming to pit road. Nothing's changed up front other than Max Terriel just got around Michael Trevarthen. Trevarthen now falling back into the 4th spot there as Scooby Ruby Roo of Shanika Single just went by him. Sean Single looks like on the scoring is being scored back in the 24th position. Still 12 laps down. Still one of the best battles right here. Chris Hammett, DJ Anderson, and Dustin Gainey. 3 little cars right here. going to town in the battle. Combined wins between these three drivers that are out on track right now, 15 wins between the three of them here with Red Light Racing. Majority of those being carried by DJ Anderson. Anderson always one of those drivers that is always willing to play a little bit of a strategy game to try and put himself in position to win. Max Terrell saying, I don't need strategy, I just need the race to be long enough. He'll make it 3 wide, as that's going to be Eric Johnson into the outside wall. Look at all the cars here in this Hornet's Nest, and Max is trying to go. He's got about 2.25 seconds up to challenge James Skelton, and not a lot of time left to do it. Somebody tell these guys they can knock it off, and I'm only kidding. Don't tell them to knock it off, because heck, we like to see side-by-side racing. That's exactly what we're seeing right now. As you see the 6 car of Hammett open up the bottom side. DJ Anderson would really like to go through. Just can't quite get through. DJ Anderson going to scrape the outside wall there. Sideways for the 51 just a little bit. Gathers it back up. No harm, no foul for DJ Anderson. That inside lane looking like it's giving up just a little bit there for that number 15 car. So that outside lane is starting to edge ahead. Nothing's changed up front. 15 laps to go this time. Souza Media, number 4 of Jeffrey Souza down on the bottom side, now in a battle for position. Remember, he's off the pace just a little bit here tonight on a different strategy. He's 20th spot currently on the running order. There's the race leader. He'll put the number 30 there on Higgins, another lap down. Higgins back into the 18th position right now, actually. And I just looked down and remembered that, well, if Bob beats Joshua Buckley here tonight, and that's looking like how that's going to go, Josh is going to have to re-rack and stack the pallet tomorrow at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. I'm looking forward to that one. Double high five that time for James Skelton. It'll be just 10 more laps to go for him. Chris Hammett falling off this battle back here, but it's still hot and heavy between the 5, the 1-5, and the 5-1 entry of Gainey and DJ Anderson. The race leader's actually coming up on these, and DJ Anderson going to go into the 15's door. That's going to get him sideways, and, well, that battle now going to be over with. DJ Anderson maybe had just enough of riding side by side there. He knew the race leader was coming, and well, the laps are counting down. Chris Hammett will go a lap down. Hammett running in the 7th spot, so Dustin Gainey having himself a really good night. He is running 6th right now, but looking like the race leader by the end of this one will get the better of him. Skelton going to go down to the bottom side, and Max Terriel is actually closing in on the race leader. There's the 42, there's the 86. They're in heavy lap traffic here. At the end of this one, you can put both of them under a blanket right now. Here comes Max. He'll get the run to the outside of that number 01 of Murdoch. See if he can get it done. Dustin Gainey going to overstep the boundaries of the number 15. That's now going to put the 42 in a box. Max can't go anywhere right now. It's exactly what James Skelton wants to see. As this time by, we're get 5 to go. A high five from the flagman. Max is boxed in. His cars in front of him are 3 wide racing. Max will shoot the gap. He'll make it 3 wide himself. Now he'll go to the outside of the 01 of Richard Murdoch. 5 to go, and that's about, well, now it's 4 to go. 4/10 of a second separating 1 and 2 right now on the scoring. Skelton trying to lock himself in here right off the jump of the season. Something he didn't do last year, but what he did is he won here at Bristol last year. And actually, your second and first place driver both picked up W's here last year at Bristol, but we had it covered in dirt last time. 3 to go. 3 laps to go for the Slim Jim 86. We'll wind them up. Popsicle sticks. Cross them, spread them, popsicle sticks up. James Skelton trying to win this one, but Max Terriel, the storm from the north, is blowing in, and we will see 1 lap to go here, and there's the battle for the race lead. Max on the back of the 86 here. The 86 trying to get around the 51. They're making 3 wide off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Max trying to get to the back bumper. Not going to quite be able to get there. Lap traffic down to the inside. Winner here tonight, James Skelton going to pick up the win. And go James Skelton, Max Terriel, Jason Wells. Michael Trevarthen hangs on to 4th. DJ Anderson in 5th position. Dustin Gainey looking like he's going to come home 6th here tonight. 7th will go to Chris Hammett, Doug Neal, Dalton Williamson, and Philly Edwards. But it is all about the man that'll pick up the big W here. That's exactly what he wanted to do. There it is, James Skelton. The Slim Jim entry is your unofficial winner here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. So he'll burn those General tires down here tonight. And we'll take a quick step away here from Bristol, and we'll be back with your post-race show and your top finishers after this.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here to the Bristol Motor Speedway, race fans. Wrapping up 150 laps here tonight for the season opener here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. It's been one heck of a wild battle here tonight for these drivers. James Skelton, of course, walking away with the win. Waiting to see if we can establish a communication with James Skelton, but he is the unofficial winner here tonight. The man who finished second, though, that had one heck of a run. Man, Max, it looked like for a second you were going to get there and you were going to have something, but there was serious lap traffic ahead of you.
Yeah, I might try to make it interesting for the finish, but other guys had different ideas, so it was a big trying to run through a hurricane at the end. It was a big mess for a few laps, 3 wide, but everybody held their line, and at least we finished on the green, so that's still good.
How hard is it to race here at Bristol with 29 other drivers on the track and a season opener?
Yeah, it is difficult to begin the season after a month off, just to get the habit and the the feel for the car, since this is probably the car that I run the least I had to practice a little bit more last night. Tonight, it was two different halves. The first half, I was really aggressive, and it hurt me in the long run, so I took it easy in the second half, and it really paid off. So, second place to start the season at Bristol, I'll take it.
Good race for you here tonight. You're start the championship off, or your championship hunt, hopefully, to a playoff spot, we should say, off to a good start here tonight. It'll be a P number 2 for you here, Max. But what do you think? We're already done. This race is already in the books, and now it's off to Charlotte Motor Speedway, a track that really fits your caliber of driving.
Yeah, it depends. Which car are we running there?
I believe it is the Xfinity car.
Yeah, this is at least... It's a fast track, but still some slowdown in the corner and tire wear comes in. I'm comfortable with the Xfinity car, so hopefully the setup is decent and it allows for some side-by-side racing. And from my perspective, some tire conservation can help in the long run. Hopefully we get green flag racing for the most part also. But it's a good start this week, and hopefully next week we can continue in this good run.
Well, congratulations here tonight, Max. It's been a good opening round for you. Who do you got to thank here tonight at Bristol?
Yep, as always, my girlfriend, my friend Max, and my dad. Shout out to Josh, James, and Richard for launching this 14th season already for the Scrambler series. Checkered Flag Auto Supply back on board on Monday and Thursdays. And 233 Network for the broadcast. And we'll see you guys next week.
There you hear it tonight from your second place finisher. That driver drives the 42. That'll be Max Terriot. Congratulations to Max for, well, we made it interesting at least there at the end of this one. Didn't quite get things done, but was there at the end of this one. Jason Wells looks like he will be the driver that will finish into P number 3 here tonight. The Alienware driver picking up 9 spots to have himself one heck of a solid run. Also here to start the season off, he was one of the only drivers that was able to make the bottom side of the speedway really work for him, and he will pilot that number 64 to a third place finish. Looks like we have at least one other driver that has come to talk to us here. How about it, Trevarthen? A really fast hot rod in practice, a really fast hot rod in qualifying, and the first handful of laps, this car was like a rocket ship. But what happened to this car that unfortunately relegates you back to a fourth place finish?
Yeah, I really thought we had a long run car. And James and Max and Jason showed me how it was not. So, like I said, we threw the kitchen sink at it, man. Thought we were pretty quick. And I guess we got to go back to the drawing board, man. Figure it out.
Well, that car was quick, that is for sure. Unfortunately, it goes back to fourth. I mean, when you look at it at the end of the day, a fourth place finish with this strength of field looks pretty good, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, nothing to take away from James, Max, or Jason there. Like I said, obviously class of the field, some super fast hot rods there. So anytime you can finish in the top 5 in this group here, and hell, lead as many laps as we did, sit on the pole, fastest in practice. Like I said, it just, man, felt like a game went away.
Well, what do you think? Next week we might be able to get one because we head to Charlotte, or do you feel better going to Phoenix in 2 weeks' time?
Yeah, probably better at Phoenix. Short track seemed to be, one of my stronger points. Nothing against the mile and a halves, but, like I said, there again, just put in the practice, man, put in the time. I think between me and Dalton and Rev Esports, we'll put in the work, and we'll be faster.
Well, I know it's time to go practice, so what do you say? We hand you the microphone. Who do you got to thank that made this car very quick here tonight?
First and foremost, I want to thank you in the booth, Roger. I enjoy watching the T3RN broadcast, man. It's probably one of the better parts of the week. Hats off to Red Light Racing, Josh and the admins here. They do a hell of a job with the drivers. Hats off to the drivers of the group, man. I thought we had a pretty good race tonight for it being a short track. And BK Paints, sponsor on the side of the car, Platinum RV, McConey Setup Shops, Rev Esports, Dalton for the work we put in, and give a shout out to the family.
There you hear it. Michael Trevarthen here tonight had a very strong car. Unfortunately, it'll be a 4th place finish for him tonight here after the 150 laps at the Bristol Motor Speedway. That's your post-race interviews we have lined up for you. It doesn't look like we're going to get James Skelton. He's probably already out on his bass boat fishing here tonight, but he is your winner. So he wins here tonight at Bristol. He will not wait till the last chance of the season to lock himself into the playoffs. He'll do it right off the jump here this season. So he wins here tonight at Bristol. Well, will he win next week at Charlotte? That'll be the talk around the garage area all week long here as these drivers gear up to take out the Xfinity cars for the first time this season. That'll be in 1 week's time when we head to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. But Bristol's in the books. So there's only one last thing to do. We got to thank all the race fans for tuning in here tonight to watch us here at the Bristol Motor Speedway in the season opener for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series here for Red Light Racing. We got to thank the Checkered Flag Auto Supply for coming on board this year. We got to thank Red Light Racing, and we got to thank all the viewers that tuned in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply and Red Light Racing, I'm Roger Muth with the Turn 3 Racing Network. We hope you enjoyed tonight's show from the Bristol Motor Speedway. And until we see you next time, race fans, everyone, stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.